Let's mix together some yellow and white. This will make the yellow much brighter. I ran out of the very bright yellow that I had, so I had to mix together this lemon lime color. It's sort of a green yellow. And mixing that with white turns into a nice yellow. It looks pretty much just like the bright yellow from the packs. Now I think this is sort of weird for my channel, creating Rick and Morty, because I'm basically always creating video game stuff, mostly Nintendo. But I've been watching this show a lot lately. I watched it years ago, but recently I got back into it after I saw season 3 is out. So I watched the first 2 seasons, and now I started watching the third one. I don't think all of the episodes are out yet though, I haven't checked recently. But I watched the first few from season 3 and it's pretty awesome. I thought maybe season 3 would give some new characters, but really there's not too many new characters that repeat through the episodes or really stick with you. I think season 1 and season 2 had a lot more of those. Now, as you guys know, I have a lot of trouble with hands, so I was kind of scared to create these individual fingers, but I think that I'm starting to figure out the technique of how to do them a bit better. I mostly shape them with my tools, sometimes a little bit with my fingers though. But yeah, these fingers turned out really good, and I think they look like they're right out of the show. So maybe I'll be able to create some characters with more realistic hands in the future. I also wanted to create this one without using any wires. As you notice, I didn't put any wires in the arms, and I'm not going to put any wires in the legs either. Now, a good way to gauge the length of his legs would be just putting it next to the body, and the legs are about the same length as the body. I think this is a general rule for most characters. I know I did this with the Minecraft creation I did too, and it worked out perfect. So now we can attach the pants onto the shirt, and we'll start creating his socks and shoes, which are both white. I think these are a little bit thick though, so we'll trim them down a little shorter. Now his shoes are kind of strange, they're triangles, but I guess you really don't need too much detail in cartoons. You don't really look at the character's shoes very much. Let's get those on there, and I use my flat blade to sort of straighten them out, make sure that they're standing straight, so hopefully he'll be able to stand up after baking. Here we have the skin color from his arms, and we'll start creating his head. I noticed that the characters in this show, their eyes are very big and they're always bulging out of their head. I kind of like this style, it looks pretty cool. The center of their eyes, it has this sort of splat pattern, it's not necessarily just a dot. I tried to replicate this, but I couldn't really get this at this small of a scale. Now I wanted his facial expressions to be like how they usually are in the show, like, "Oh geez, Rick!" He's always scared of stuff, so I thought that this scared, worried look would look perfect on his face, and it does. Now he's looking really weird without his hair, so let's give him some hair. He has a very basic hairstyle. This was very easy to create. I've actually never used scissors before on a clay creation, but I saw some other people doing it, so I wanted to try it out, and it works pretty good. Some final details, and Morty is ready to get baked. After baking, we can use some super glue on his head to attach it to the body. And I wanted to try something new also using this FIMO gloss varnish that I bought. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video or found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and maybe even consider subscribing, and I will see you all in the next one.